Tonight, an attack on Russian soil. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, 11 soldiers are dead, another 15 wounded in what they call a terror attack. Officials saying 2 soldiers from a former Soviet state were training with Russian troops, suddenly turning their guns and opening fire. Just weeks ago, a man opened fire at an enlistment center. Another recruitment center was attacked by Molotov cocktails, growing violence within Russia's borders as dissent there grows. And tonight, a shocking claim from the Ukrainian president. The total number of Russian deaths, he says, is approaching 65,000. While there's no way to independently confirm the claims, Ukraine is making gains on the battlefield.
Elon Musk has said that his rocket company SpaceX will continue to fund its Starlink broadband service in Ukraine, citing the need for good deeds. This comes a day after he said that the company could no longer afford to do so. On Friday, Musk had said that the company could not indefinitely fund the Starlink broadband service. He had made his remarks about funding after a media report that SpaceX had asked the Pentagon to pay for the donations of Starlink. However, in an apparent change of mind, Musk tweeted on Saturday, and I quote, "Even though Starlink is still losing money and other companies are getting billions of taxpayer dollars, we'll just keep funding Ukraine government for free."
The Chinese President Xi Jinping has written a letter to the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The move comes in the backdrop of a historic Congress of the Chinese Communist Party, which is currently underway. According to the North Korean media reports, the Chinese president called for an enhanced communication, unity and cooperation in his letter. Xi Jinping expressed his willingness to strengthen the relationship between China and North Korea, and urged on defending peace and stability in the region and the rest of the world. Now, the letter was sent in response to a congratulatory note sent by the North Korean leader for the Congress.
Clouds of massive smoke blanket Tehran's night sky as flames engulf the Evin detention center, the primary site for detaining political prisoners. Authorities say the fire was started by detainees at a uniform warehouse, with reports of gunshots and explosions also heard in clashes with prison employees. Iranian government officials were quick to deny that the unrest was related to the protest movement which has swept the country for weeks. The fire concludes another day of fresh demonstrations across the country as the protests enter its 5th week.
This marked the beginning of World War II. Germany invaded Poland in 1939. Cities were pounded to the ground. Much of Polish infrastructure was torn to pieces. It left large parts of Poland devastated. As many as 6 million people lost their lives. "83 years later, Poland is demanding reparations from Germany for the damage it caused. 1.3 trillion euros to be exact. That's almost 3 times the annual budget of the German federal government. Polish politicians say Germany never paid up for the crimes it committed.
At least 20 people have died and 15 others left injured in a bus accident on Saturday. As per the police, the accident occurred as the bus overturned on the Pan-American Highway. The bus was traveling between the port city of Tumaco in the southwestern corner of Colombia and Cali, 320 kilometers to the northeast when the incident occurred. A 3-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy are among those injured. As per a preliminary report, the driver lost control after coming out of a curve in a foggy area.
At least 2 people have drowned on the island of Crete after their car was swept away by heavy floods and gale-force winds on Saturday. A 50-year-old man was pronounced dead yesterday, while firefighters say they found the body of a woman at sea on Sunday morning. Officials say towns on the north of the Greek island were the worst affected. At least 10 vehicles floated out to sea off the narrow coast of Ayapilea. Firefighters say they rescued a woman trapped inside her vehicle before it was swept away by the waves. But authorities say they are investigating more reports of missing people.